Good afternoon and welcome to Ben Shatliff on Sunday on December 15th, 2024. I hope everybody is well. In a few moments, we'll be looking at the headlines which are affecting us on this Sunday afternoon. And I'll be telling you why this book proved very popular 40 years ago and of how this has been remastered onto Blu-ray. The Box of Delights. But you're not going to hear about that until next week with our Christmas special. Before that though, let's just take a moment just to pause, reflect and just think about our world on December 15th, 2024. Let's go straight to the ITV News app and let's have a look at the news stories which are coming the way from there. A woman has died following a shooting in Brent, northwest London on Saturday night. The woman was in her 40s. The Metropolitan Police said two men, both in their 30s, were also injured, with one taken to hospital where he remains in a critical condition. The other man suffered non-life-threatening injuries. Officers were called to Gifford Road at around 9:15 p.m. where the woman was found injured. She died at the scene. Nearly 13,500 migrants have been removed from Britain since the election, the government has said, as the Home Secretary promised a step change in tackling illegal working. Labour previously pledged to return more people who do not have a right to stay in the UK halfway through their first year in office, more than any other 6-month period since 2018. The announcement comes amid a continued rise in channel crossings, with more than 21,000 migrants having arrived in Britain in small boats alone since July. The Home Office on Sunday said almost 13,460 people had been removed since the country went to the polls on July 4th, which is the highest rate since 2019. A 2-year-old boy has died in a suspected hit-and-run in Smithwick, which has left 2 others in a serious condition in hospital. 4 adults and the child were taken to hospital after the crash, which happened on Dartmouth Road just before 11 p.m. on December 14th. That was last night. The toddler died from his injuries. Meanwhile, a woman aged 29 and a 30-year-old man remain in a serious condition, with another man and woman aged 30. They are described to be stable. 8 people have been injured, including one who is in a critical condition after a double-decker bus hit a railway bridge in Glasgow. Footage posted online shows the first bus wedged under the bridge on Cook Street, with part of its roof torn apart, torn off, and shattered glass on the ground. Emergency services went to the scene after Police Scotland were alerted to a report of the crash at about 6 p.m. on Saturday. Reform UK is prepared to name an alleged Chinese spy linked to Prince Andrew, despite a court order protecting his identity. The leader and MP Nigel Farage has said the party is threatening to use parliamentary privilege, which gives MPs certain legal immunities over what they say in the Commons, to reveal who the businessman is in the chamber. The alleged spy, known as H6, was described in court as having formed an unusual degree of trust with Prince Andrew and is banned from the United Kingdom. He was first excluded from entering Britain in 2023 by then Home Secretary Suella Braverman, with the Home Office saying he was considered to have engaged in covert and deceptive activity on behalf of the Chinese Communist Party. Judges at a specialist tribunal in London on Thursday ruled Braverman had been entitled to conclude that he represented a risk to the national security. Speaking to the Mail on Sunday, Farage said, "The man should be named immediately, otherwise the whole thing smacks an establishment cover-up." Former Manchester City player Mikhail Kavalishvili has been appointed president of Georgia. He's aged 53. He played for Manchester City in the 1990s, but later became a right-wing politician in his home country. He easily won Saturday's vote, given the Georgian Dreams party control of a 300-seat electoral college that replaced direct presidential elections in 2017. Georgian Dream retained control of parliament in the South Caucasus nation on October 26th, the election that the opposition alleges was rigged with Russia's help. Georgia's outgoing president and main pro-Western parties have since boycotted parliamentary sessions and demanded a rerun of the ballot. As everybody knows, every Saturday we have a rally in Manchester to support Ukraine. I've been saying this now for nearly 3 years. I don't like to think of the fact it's almost 3 years, but we are being factual. And we know that back in 2013 to 2014, when Ukraine wanted to be part of the European Union, we know that the then Russian-led Ukrainian president, when a peaceful protest was taken in Maidan, then Russians were then causing further problems. That eventually led to the annexation of Crimea and then the full-scale invasion of Ukraine. Now, the same thing is happening in Georgia. You've got a pro-EU who doesn't want any problems at all, and a lot of the ordinary people just want to be part of the European Union. They don't want that threat from Russia. Now, certain people in the Western world, the Western world were aware, the leaders of the Western world were aware of what was happening in Ukraine 2013 to 2014. Okay? We are seeing some things on the news about what is happening in Georgia at the moment, what's been going on over the last few weeks. I've been mentioning it on here. Okay? So, a warning from history I've very often heard said in relation to the Nazis and other things which have happened over centuries, over years. So why is nobody listening to what is happening now in Georgia? Because let's be completely honest here. We know what is happening in Ukraine is bad enough. We know that the war should be ending. We know that the war should be ending on Ukraine's terms, not on Russia's terms. Georgia, Moldova, Romania. Who is going to then be next? This is the true threat, the true fact of what Putin is doing. Now, I class myself as an independent broadcaster on here. I don't have any of the full qualifications. Unfortunately, I was not brainy enough 20, 30 years ago. So I take advantage of being able to be a freelance journalist, freelance presenter on this platform. So therefore I can try and get across some of the things I believe in. If I gave a true opinion about other things here in the United Kingdom, politics and various other different things, people will probably not like me. But I will say my truthful thoughts regarding Ukraine and what's happened and what's Russia doing. And this is why it's important to get these vital, true points across. And I'm also aware as well there's a lot of younger people very kindly tune in and watch this program as well. So I don't want to look as if I'm trying to put any fear or anything into anybody. And of course, we are literally just 10 days away from Christmas Day as well. But the fact is, it's Christmas in Ukraine, it's Christmas in Georgia, it's Christmas in Romania, it's Christmas in Moldova, and it is Christmas in Russia, despite whatever certain ones over there believe and various different things. So the fact is, the threat from Russia is very, very high. And this is why Western leaders, Starmer, soon to be Trump, Biden, for the days he has left, they need to be waking up. They need to prevent, they need to finish off the problems in Ukraine and get Ukraine back, peace, prosperity. Every land that Russia has taken needs to be back in Ukrainian hands, and they need to stop potential further problems in Georgia, Romania and Moldova. There could be other countries which are already in that remit from Putin. They need to stop it. The Assad regime finally, thankfully, fell. We've discussed that last week. But there needs to be peace for Syria, and that should have been done many, many years ago. The Energy Secretary had the opportunity when he was leader of the opposition to back the then Prime Minister who wanted to sort something out to help the ordinary Syrians. Nobody wants a war. I've already said that before. But when there are lunatics in this world, they need to be stopped. Period, as they say in America. So what I'm saying is all help needs to be to Ukraine and these other countries in Eastern Europe which border or are not far from Russia, to make sure that these lunatics in Russia are stopped once and for all. Now, this is how passionate you get regarding things as well, so I'll not apologise. I'm going to change the mode. Next Sunday we'll have a special festive edition of Ben Shatliff on Sunday, and if there's time we may even do something on Christmas Day, but we will just see. We'll just see. Now, 1984. I was 8, coming up to 9 years of age, and me and my younger brother Tim watched a series that was called The Box of Delights. Absolutely fantastic. That has now become, over about the last 18 years or so, different times, has become a tradition to watch the series every Christmas. To celebrate the 40th anniversary of this, it has now been remastered onto Blu-ray, and there's also an extended documentary as well, a new documentary. I do have the book of it. I love the smell of the book. I've also got it on a DVD, on a recorder, on audio as well. An absolutely fantastic Christmas story to watch. Even though this was made in 1984, the book itself was written, let's just get this, the book itself was written in around 1957, so it's timeless, just like other things. So what I'm trying to say is, read the book, it's a little bit harder than the series. Watch the series, any age. Absolutely fantastic. And I believe it is, well, in fact, I know for a fact it's also on iPlayer. Sorry, I apologise. So watch it, enjoy it as well. Right, okay, that is it for this week's edition of Ben Shatliff on Sunday. I am fully aware as well, I've not been able to broadcast live every Sunday this year. I do apologise. Sometimes it's been a question of what do we discuss, but there's also been some health issues and different things like that. I do want to be able to bring Ben Shatliff on Sunday each Sunday throughout the year as much as I possibly can. So I will try and stick to that. We'll also go back as well eventually to Ben Shatliff Tonight as well, which was something that we did try out as well. And we did have some special editions during the general election this year. We had some special editions around the time of the US election. There's a lot of news happening in the world over the coming weeks and coming months and everything else as well. And Ben Shatliff Online will try to be there to bring you as much as it can. Please bear in mind as well, I do all this during my spare time. I go out to work like everybody else does. But if more people more people subscribe, you never know, it could push those figures up more, where somebody then offers a deal on this particular program or on Ben Shatliff Online, and then I could do this on a very I could do more of it anyway. But everybody, please enjoy and have a very, very good week. This morning I went to a very special mass at a church in Fairfield in Openshaw, Greater Manchester. There was our former parish priest, Father Shatliff, who on Friday celebrated his 75th birthday, and he's also retiring as well. So God bless Father Chris. It was a lovely mass and lovely to catch up as well. And thank you as well to my good friend Colette for taking me and bringing me back as well. It was lovely. So that's why we've been a little bit later today. But we'll end as we always do with the beautiful hymn, which is what we sang in our church last night when I was at the 6 o'clock mass, and holy is his name. From me and everybody else for now, goodbye. Thank you for joining us. God bless and take care. Goodbye.
My soul is filled with joy as I sing to God my Savior. You have looked upon your servant. You have visited your people, and holy is your name. Through all generations, everlasting is your mercy to the people you have chosen, and holy is your name. I am lowly as a child, but I know from this day forward that my name will be remembered. For all who call me blessed, and holy is your name. Through all generations, everlasting is your mercy to the people you have chosen, and holy is your name. I proclaim the power of God. You do marvels for your servants, though you scatter the proud-hearted and destroy the might of princes. And holy is your name. Through all generations, everlasting is your mercy to the people you have chosen, and holy is your name. your mercy, and holy is your name. Through